Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I know. She had a nice smile.
Lit up like a Christmas tree.
Motion carries. All right, back to audience participation. Go ahead.
My name is Deborah Jones, 2760 Grace.
Go ahead.
I would like to know from the council why we're having such a hard time getting Parks and Recs as a volunteer. All over the wall.
Yes.
I just think it'd be better off volunteer, just volunteer.
That's all that it ever was volunteer.
Yeah, as far as being on the committee,
Commission.
commission. It's just in my opinion, I think somebody you're probably better off with support skills as far as I'm concerned.
And why does that, why do you say
Because
that?
you ever be really frank with you.
Yeah.
Because you kind of rough. You're rough with people.
And so,
I'm nice.
Nice of them.
Order.
I mean, I am. I mean, I get angry just like anyone else, but I'm nice.
and so,
Even when you're nice, you come off mean sometimes.
wow. You
That's
don't
not
even
an
know
insult.
me.
That's not an assault. I'm just telling you how that comes off to me.
You don't even know me.
I know.
I would give a shirt off my back if you needed it.
You very much admired. Okay.
You guys, what is your problem with me?
I will discuss why I voted the way I voted.
I've been to all the meetings that
Order.
have been held, sitting in the chair, giving my 2 cents and helping them, and I can't even get votes.
Staff. It really is. It's a volunteer position. It's not paid.
I'm not making $20,000 a year or whatever, like you got, you know. It's volunteer. I'm not getting paid. It is volunteer. To me, it seems honestly like monkey see, monkey do for the votes with you guys.
Through the chair, I think we do very well at our votes.
You have voted for me never. All I want is to help the city out. Do some fun stuff, bring people in.
Through the chair, you can.
How? If what I say don't count? Because I am not on the committee.
In the chair, this is the nicest I've ever heard. I'm serious. You be mean. You do. It's my opinion. It's a nice thing.
You know what? Dandelions, they get called weeds. Guess what? They make a damn good salad.
They do. I think you might change my vote.
That's it.
Brian Hill, president of the Aspen Union for the DPW and Fire City Hall. I'm looking for guidance and understanding in our contract. Who's in charge of this contract? That's the big thing. We're having problems. We went through the grievance procedure with several things. They were approved by the mayor in step 3, and again, they haven't been implemented.
Through the chair, the mayor can't approve anything that's not in the contract.
Well, okay.
Can you bring up the?
If you'll bear with me for a
I will.
second.
Sure.
Bear with me,
You
just.
guys voted on this contract. Not me.
So just read this first page here. This is chapter 48 of our union contract. Well, read the highlighted part that I have underlined. It directly goes to that city charter, where you say that the mayor, through the charter, the mayor cannot vote on anything monetary. Well, right here it says, these rights, however, shall not conflict with the express terms of this agreement. And the charter is listed right before it.
Okay.
So you guys voted on this, and now you're gonna sit up here and say, she can't do this, and she can't do that, but it's in their contract that you guys voted on.
Through the chair, hold on, through the chair. You're not reading that correctly.
This is contract negotiations and should be closed session
Right,
anyway.
that's number one. Number two, I'll give you a quick response to that. It says that this agreement cannot violate the charter, okay? Because there's a period before it says that. Then it says these rights, however, shall not conflict with the express terms of this agreement, meaning this contract cannot conflict with the charter, okay? And the next step is arbitration. The mayor is not authorized to act on monetary things. Discipline, yes. Money, no.
Then why is she third step?
Yeah.
For discipline,
It
you're
doesn't
not
say-
listening.
I am listening to
discipline in
you.
the contract.
Discipline and monetary. Almost everything that has agreements that has to be done has some sort of monetary value attached to it.
And it has to either go through council or arbitration to get there. Okay, I'm not saying anymore because this is outside the scope of what we should be talking about in open forum. That's contractual, and you need to talk to whoever you need to talk to get a better understanding.
I get a wall here.
This is your third time, you are out of order.
I don't read it that way.
You don't have to. You're not a legal scholar either.
Okay? So, because I'm not a legal scholar, I can't have
Well,
my
I'll
own
tell you
opinion.
what. You go to law school, you get your degree, and you practice law for 33 years, and then you can maybe come close to understanding this, because it's not that easy. And it takes a lot of time and experience reading a lot of contracts to understand.
No, I don't read it the same way you read.
I understand. I understand you don't. And it takes a long time to read it the way I read it.
So you're just reading it to benefit yourself.
No, come on. That's uncalled for and inappropriate.
You guys are making rules up to do things as you go along. You're not abiding by your contract.
I'm not going to argue with you, sir. You asked for my legal opinion, I
I
gave
didn't
you.
ask you your opinion.
Okay.
My name is Martha Carl. My address is 19250 Wall Street. I am here to talk about Project Park. We really just want, beautification was the priority when I left. Led to Parks and Rec, led to planning. I would like you all to take a moment and think about something that you've done in the past that you may not be very proud of. I'm sure everybody's had that moment. I would really like you to rethink that. I would like to put that back on the table if someone would make a motion. I made mistakes in the past. I know everyone who sits up here, I will take full accountability if I'm wrong. I don't like people being judged. It makes me, if you can't tell, emotional. It's not okay to put someone on blast because of a personal agenda when all they're trying to do is better our city. I came here after being gone for 10 years to see the city that I love come back. And this is putting a roadblock. I really don't want that. She has taken time out of every month to sit in this audience and give her 2 cents. And if you're willing to do that, it's a volunteer position. That is it. I want to see my city back to the glory it used to be. I used to love it. And my kid, my 15-year-old, won't even go to the schools here. I make an hour route every single morning because he's ashamed of the city that I grew up in. That bothers me a lot. And I ask you guys, if I'm wrong, I will come up here and tell you, sorry y'all, I was wrong. Give someone a chance who's willing to put the time and effort. I see every single one of you getting on and asking people to join committees and councils and commissions all the time. And then when someone's willing to take that time, we don't sit here for 30 minutes, we don't sit here for 20 minutes, we sit here for hours trying to better our city. And if someone's willing to put that time and effort in, shame on you for saying no to that.
Right.
And then complaining on social media that we won't have people coming up and complaining that we don't have people showing up for committees and commissions. It irritates me. And I'm sorry, it truly irritates me. And if you have a personal problem with this individual, please set that aside. That is your own personal stuff. This is for the city. For the city that we all live in, for the city that I live in, for the city that you all represent. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that this has gone into this many votes, and I've had to come up and put my name on the line for somebody that I don't even think I need to put my name on the line for, but I have no problem with her. I'm all about giving someone a chance until they show me wrong. She may have shown other people wrong, I don't know. But I'm putting my name out there for her. So if someone would make a motion to put her back and table her.
To the chair. Debbie showed me a different side of her today, and I know Martha. I respect Martha. Martha, she's a hell of a worker on her other committees. And she's definitely 100% for the city. And if she vouches for Debbie, I'm up for it.
Beautiful.
I'm making a motion to
Through the chair, I don't think you need to make a motion, I think they just change the vote.
okay.
So let me see.
Oh,
I don't think that was enough. I think that was just you. That would be those two.
Stan said no.
She said yes.
Yeah, so there's three.
So there would be three? Change your vote. If you truly feel that way,
Yeah.
then change your vote.
Good job.
Good job.
You're a good citizen.
So you had
I told you she's being
Stan
next
and
city
Frederick,
council.
yes?
Jackson said no, Marcy said no, Kirktrap said no. So 3 no's and 2 yeses.
So all you would have to do is go change your vote.
Okay.
You
And
did.
then we're gonna have to change one of the table items because she's gonna fill
Autumn Ray
Smith's part.
Right. Okay. So, Autumn Ray Smith was the 26th, 11/18/26. So then Jamie Lincoln goes to the 11/17/27.
To fill the unexpired term out.
So,
We just tabled it. We just tabled it.
Right,
so we can
You
change,
can change it when you vote, right?
correct, we'll have to, when they go to be put on the agenda, the dates can be changed.
okay. Remind me when it's not forget to. Correct it before Friday.
All right, it's still audience participation, anybody else?
Good evening, Counsel. Joe? I was getting ready to come up and grill. After you did that, from this bottom of my heart, you shocked the hell out of me. And I appreciate what you did for her. That amazes me. There's been a lot going on in the city last year, we all know it. There was a couple things that were said that they were in motion that I haven't seen progress on, so kind of let's use this as a progress report. What's going on with the motels, the hotel motels? Has any progress been made on any new laws, ordinances, anything like that?
So I know that, Corporation Counsel was working on that. I did talk with a new business owner in the city, and they are looking to purchase one of them.
Okay, I'm not asking about that. There were laws brought up before, and I did not see them pass through about people staying an extended period of time.
Oh, we passed those.
That those were
We
passed.
did pass those, yeah, it's now ordinance, it should be on Unicode.
I did not see that, so that's why I just came back
They haven't
today.
uploaded to Unicode?
I've uploaded everything I have to the code.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and check and see. I do know, they can't run by the hour. They can't stay longer than a couple days or,
Twice in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know that there was one on the table, I just didn't see it in Unicode when I checked, so that's why I'm asking now where we stand with that, but if that's already been voted in,
yes,
it's
we
in
did
there
work
and
on
I'm
that.
missing it, hey, no, I'm human. Other than that, I'd like to make a verbal FOIA request at this time for Councilwoman Dawn Cartrett's phone and any correspondence or memos that she received during this time, acting incapacity for the city.
Okay, you have to fill out a FOIA request.
No, I don't.
And I haven't
Oh,
done,
no, not for the Freedom of Information Act.
and I haven't done anything.
You have. We actually have video of it. We have pictures of it. You were using your phone, you were texting somebody, so we would like all of those correspondence.
I wasn't texting anybody.
No, I have pictures.
You have me in my email looking for the commission list.
Okay,
That's
so
what you have.
when I submit that FOIA, it's denied, and I turn that over to the county, and they start an
This
investigation,
is what,
which could possibly cause another lawsuit.
Yeah,
We all don't
right here,
want to.
this is what I had open.
Okay, if that's your stance,
That's my
Dawn,
stance.
I appreciate it.
That's my stance.
That is your stance.
Yeah.
I just want to give this literature up, everybody. In regards to cases that have come across our courts that were either removed.
I hear you, yeah.
Sorry, I
You're only clerk.
no, I do apologize. So we have a couple people on there. Some of the names we might recognize, some of the names we might not. Two of those names on the first page were in the news. See their charges dropped after investigation. I'm no lawyer, so Roger, you can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, and please do. I won't hear you advise it. Two on the second page, we have assault on a police officer, harm brought upon a police officer. And then the last page that really hurts is this gentleman that just ran somebody over, had multiple cases in Melvindale. That broke my heart.
Is it
That's a very, very last page. Mr. Gill. Not sure if you've seen what's actually going on, but he's had a lengthy record in pretty much every city around downriver. And
I'll tell you what, I'll respond to this one.
sure.
It's, those are felonies, and the state of Michigan handled that, so I know nothing about them.
Right, that's why I wanted you to comment. I mean,
And the rest, I don't know off the top of my head. And Nolly Cross just means they're not prosecuting it this time. Doesn't mean it was dismissed.
well, the case was showing close, that's why I'm just asking.
It could be for any variety of reasons.
So the first page were two members that ended up on the news. They had quite a few charges brought against them. And most of them were either not followed through with or dismissed. And I mean, if an officer runs your ID, sees that you don't have insurance, sees that you don't have proper registration, I would assume that's pretty hard to get around unless you take them to the court. Usually known as a 7-day fix-it or 14-day fix-it. You have the right to go back to the court and say, hey, I have insurance.
So let me just tell you this.
Sure.
Both of these individuals are involved in lawsuits.
Right.
Current pending litigation,
Right.
and that's all I'm gonna say.
So is that why the charges were dropped then?
I gave you my answer.
Are you dropping charges because they sue the city?
Absolutely.
Just on that trouble line, like they did pull lawsuits, they did go to the media, and I looked and everything was pretty much dropped for these two individuals.
Wait till everything plays out, and we'll see if you still have the same opinion.
Oh.
Alright,
But-
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Look at our police and see what.
Go ahead.
Alright, so audio participation at this time.
There's so much within 5 minutes, I don't know. Thanks, Bill, for doing what you did. Okay. Couple questions. The soccer field in the Fieldhouse, is that being completed, and how long is that gonna be?
It's been completed.
Oh, it's already done? So that's going. What about that $3 million soccer field that I was doing? Is that in progress, or is it?
He's in the works,
So
we
he's
did
in
an
the works.
agreement.
And now we're gonna
for
get
this.
another soccer field behind where Strong Park was. And does people play tennis in that tennis thing? Or do they?
No, it's all crumbled.
Okay, it's all crumbled, good, and that's why he's gonna eliminate it, because, I think we got so many soccer things coming up. Also, you know, when you put, like, that's a $3 million guy there, and yours, he's competing against you with your money, no? he ain't?
No, so ours is 77,
Yeah,
and
his is for, you're
11 to
9,
11.
and he's 11 people, I understood that
Correct,
before.
so
Okay.
there's I don't know if it's pro or semi-pro soccer, coming to
Yeah, I
Michigan.
got all that.
Yeah, that's
You
why
can cut
he's,
it off so I can use more minutes,
yeah,
thank you.
that's why
That's
he's
all I
doing
was
it.
asking for about the soccer thing. Okay, I hear this litigation that with his, wording, with all these lawsuits, I have said, how many lawsuits do you have before? 5. There's so many lawsuits being put in, now we're gonna get another lawsuit maybe. But, what he was reading was really bad about bankruptcy and all that stuff, you know. We are suing too much, and with these police officers that are doing wrong, and giving us these lawsuits. But here's another question too. These new recruits that we're getting with this training, back in the old days, you had to get a criminal degree and you had to be maybe in the military to get an officer. Now we're just taking somebody for 18 weeks into a police school and training them and pretending like they're an officer when a lot of them aren't streetwise like somebody like me, you know, and then they don't know how to treat the criminals and think like a criminal. Unfortunately, I can think like a criminal, and I know all of it because I'm a Detroiter, and I've been around everyone. I'm 63 years old, and I know a lot of shit. So these officers are coming in, and they're not properly trained of the situations. Unfortunately, the guy that killed Assad, his name was Michael Lopez. My brother's name was Michael Lopez. Oh, did I say 25, 30, David? I did say
We definitely are.
Okay, but anyways, so I'm skeptical on these training things for 18 weeks to say you're an officer when they don't have the street knowledge and stuff to save their lives and know the situations of who they're dealing with out there. When somebody got a gun and he's a habitual, he's gonna do everything he can to stay off the thing, and that's what happened with Sada. And you're gonna get other people that are hell-bent on doing harm, and that's the bad thing. You know what I mean? We need trained officers, but nobody wants to do it. And here we don't got a pension, so we don't get the top of the line people, because everybody else, once you get that training, you go to another one that you can make more money. Common sense for people, you know what I mean? And we don't have that pension, so that incentive for people to stay on here and be good officers. And well, there was one guy here that you can see he's for the community, and I don't know what his name was when he was an officer, and he says, I hate giving out tickets, and you know, but you can see he has heart. And a lot of our police officer has to have heart and think of consequences and not get conflicts, so we get these lawsuits, because we got too many lawsuits, man. And this ain't no good, you know? And some of these lawsuits are frivolous. People want money, they want to sue. Give me the money, show me the money. But if you got no basis, and you're making up stories, and you're instigating to get a lawsuit, then that's putting us in jeopardy. To use frivolousness to try to sue and hurt the community by wasting time, wasting our money, and you know it ain't gonna hold. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff that's going through the courts right now, it's not gonna hold because you gotta have evidence. If you're going from one to another and it's not getting done, then there's something wrong and you don't got enough evidence. You should dismiss it, get it over with, and let's get on with life and get back to managing the city and stop these people from suing, man. Because this ain't it.
It's the only way they learn sometimes.
The little city with a big heart when everybody's trying to sue us and thinking, how am I going to get money? I fell down in Myers. I checked myself out and get back in. I didn't go sue them. You know, I said, I'm a big guy. Hell, I took it and I didn't go, oh, I can go to Myers and get some money from them. And they sent me it from the corporate, from the Grand Rapids, but I didn't go for it. I'm not there to get money. I'm just trying to be a good citizen, and I want to see beautiful things. We had a lot of conflict here, but we had a nice thing there, and so, and she does deserve it because you can see she has passion for it, and it's good that the other lady vouched for it. But let's try and make this city a little bit better here now. Oh man. Well, I like it because it's a good soap opera, and I like it. Keep up the bad work. How's that? Adios. That's my viewpoint.
Alright. Hi, I'm Dr. Justice, I live at 179 Hill Reed, and I'm only coming up about a fence issue. My neighbor passed away and her granddaughter bought the house. They had put up a fence the wrong way, well, what we consider the wrong way with the poles facing east. Well, I had the building inspector that comes on Wednesday come to my home, and he wasn't concerned about the big gap in between where there's a tree. It's not really a tree, it's like I got pictures, like a pine tree kind of thing that Mrs. Doss had planted there. Well, the privacy fence goes from here, there's a big break where the tree is, and then it goes back to the end. My concern is she's trying to tell me that I cannot take down the metal fence because it's falling down and breaking apart, and I can't take the poles out. So she has since come back, the granddaughter, and told me she's gonna turn the fence around, but she tells me I have to keep the poles in the ground. Do I have to leave the poles there?
Brett, this would be a
Yeah, this would be me. If you don't mind, we can check from the head of that department.
Okay. Because this has been very frustrating, and the police was calling to our house. Oh, and then I was putting little flower baskets up on my side, and she forced me to take them down. She called the cops on me and told me I can't hang anything on my side of the fence. So, I don't know.
your side of the fence.
Yes, and
Unfortunately, she doesn't have control of that.
no, but we looked at all the rules on the city. I don't see anything about that. There's nothing about that. There's nothing about attaching a new fence to our already old fence that's already falling down, because she's still gonna do that. And the reason why the old fence was facing my way, so she thought it was pretense to put the other fence facing it my way. That's what she told me. But like I said, the cops were at my house. It was like not very nice. The daughter, Linda Doss, she came over, was screaming at my 16-year-old son. It was a big old mess, and it was all over a stupid fence. So, I mean, it's like, I was really embarrassed to say the least, so.
You can go talk with Brad, and he will help you out with that, okay?
Okay, okay, let me grab her.
Anyone else? Are you coming? Come on, you're coming.
I wasn't going.
Okay.
I will be short and sweet. I just, my name is Chuck Wilson. And I just have to say I'm kind of surprised at what happened here earlier tonight, where 2 weeks before Melvindale Days, we're hiring a firm without a contract in hand, even though there are conditions, who supposedly I'm hearing now that has been vetted originally, but I don't know of any business that would operate like this. And I'm all for you being fiscally responsible. I agree with every one of you and I disagree with every one of you. That's government, that's civics, like, get used to it. We don't have to get nasty. But my point is, it is what it is, I guess, from Melvindale days, but I think the bigger issue is, it's good to have several good partner agencies to work with. What I would have done if I were on your council is I would have said, it's 2 weeks, let's give these guys a chance in the future, but let's go back to, what was it called, Rachel? Code 3, and say, this is what we paid last year, give us a cost of living index, we'll run with you this year, and we are building partnerships with other providers, and we're gonna make the best decisions. It's not about bottom line price, although that is a huge factor, and I respect you for doing your homework, doing your contract work, looking at the nickels and dimes, but it's a balance between what we know and what we don't know, and importantly, I do agree with the police chief and the deputy chief that there has to be a good, proven relationship. I don't mean that unfortunately, I think that is true. Like, you have to balance quality, relationships, and price. And I'm just saying for the future, can we just have a couple of these groups that we can work with on time to time and never make a decision with somebody making up a price without even a contract. And I like that guy. I mean, he could be great. No judgment whatsoever. I think it's great to have another partner. But I just can't believe we approved something without seeing anything, with some framework.
She's injured on the contract or something.
Okay, but we're running out of time now.
It was stated earlier that we have plenty of time, but the problem is that, I don't know if you're in here for the,
I've been the duration.
okay, but the thing is that somebody, you know what the figure was? It wasn't, I wasn't even sure of it. It went from 70?
Yep, it was 7,900 in the meeting minutes that we approved.
And it's 11,000, the
But it's
bill was
not-
11,000.
The bill was actually
We're not all
11,000.
talking
Yeah,
at the same time.
and I don't wanna rehash it right now. I'm just saying, I'm sitting down now.
Okay.
But my point is, let's have some other companies, but we gotta go with the police chief and the deputy chief and their relationships. In addition to quality and price, you balance them out and you make the best decision. But I respect the heck out of you guys for trying to be fiscally responsible. That's it.
I think we're good. Nobody else? Moving on. All right, council members, Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, Sunday, we have a Memorial Day practice for the Memorial Day service we're having on Monday, Memorial Day. American Legion Post 472 will be conducting the 21 gun salute. So, just so you know, tell your neighbors, don't be alarmed, it's just practice. Again, on Memorial Day, we will be doing the same thing, another 21 gun salute at 10 o'clock. Sunday will be around noon, on 12 o'clock. And I want to invite everybody to come out to the Memorial Day service on Monday at 10 o'clock. For the pool, I'm happy, I'm excited that the pool is going to be open. It's been down for a long time. I'm excited. I think this time is going to work. There were some ideas that was brought up on the side of the pool house, where all those trees are right next to the elevator. All that tree debris goes into the pool. So those trees should be lopped out, make a patio area, a sitting area, and I think that would be a nice addition to the pool house, and it would look nice. Maybe we should explore, how much
So make sure that everything goes okay this year, and we'll look into it next year.
But that would be it. You can have the umbrellas up there, looking all nice, and everybody sitting out there, so. Nice. I think that would be a good thing. I've been screaming what the corporate counsel has been screaming for a long time. There's some issues that have to be addressed. I've said it over and over again. It's going to bury our city. And the other small little lawsuits that we're getting here and there and infighting and all that stuff, it's going to pile in. It's going to pile up. We cannot afford to not address these issues. Address these issues. Some of these things have to be tackled head on. We ran into an issue. We were talking to the Safety Commission, and we were talking to the Deputy Chief, and we ran into an issue where we created a new position for Deputy Chief. But the Deputy Chief, he can't even write up. He can't write up the person who's doing an infraction because they're in the same union. So it's like he's powerless. It's like it's pointless. That has to be addressed. I would think that either the Deputy Chief would have to step down from the union, or we would have to change that Deputy Chief position, because that right there was really disheartening when I heard, like, okay, hold on, you can't even discipline your peers. That right there is a problem. That's something that has to be addressed. We shouldn't delay it either, honestly. So I'll talk to the deputy. I'll talk to you about it. I don't know whether you'll be willing to even step down from the union or not, but something has to. That is alarming to me. Very alarming to me. Since we're trying to get on the right foot too, is something that also probably we need to look into is, because we mentioned it earlier, is that we preach the charter all the time. Charter. We've had multiple charter violations in this last year as we changed. Multiple ordinance violations since last year and change. Things have not been done in the proper order, in the proper manner, and some of the excuses and some of the rebuttals against trying to change some of these things is, we've always done it this way. We've always done it this way. If you've done it, just because you've done it this way for a long time doesn't mean it's right, and we got to keep doing it. For instance, I just brought up the ordinance officers. Ordinance officers are supposed to be with DPW. They're not supposed to be with the police. That's an issue. The mayor should not be having anything to do with expenditure of funds. That is a charter violation. There's things that are way out of order. We have to get back in order, regardless of how if it convicts us personally or whoever. We have to do it in order for the betterment of the city, to get the city to go on the right track. If we don't, I'm telling you, we don't do it the right way, we keep trying to cut corners. There's other things too that the civil service thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that should be addressed, and we need to address it. And we have to do things in the right order, or this city will not get back on track. I'm telling you now. So I hate to put it that way, but I hate to be a bummer, but we got to do things correctly by the charter, by the ordinances.
All right. So, Fieldhouse.
Yes, two quick things. First of all, I had the opportunity to go to Dreamland earlier today. The store is amazing. It's bright, clean, stocked. Oh my God, there's so much stuff on the walls. They're bringing stuff in every day. But the food, they had hot food out there. They had samples out there. Delicious. So, and I had just eaten lunch a little while before, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Maybe I'll try another one. I was like, okay, I gotta stop. But it was very, very good. So I can't wait to see the rest of everything getting in there and fully opening. But again, it was really nice. They did a very nice job in there. I suggest everybody go in there and check it out. Okay, the second thing. This is actually for you, Madam Mayor. I got a question.
Sure.
A couple of months ago, you stated that you were going to pay the guy from Big Rock. Did you do that?
Not yet, no.
Okay, I spoke to him about a month and a half ago, and he did not receive payment.
Right.
And I spoke to him again yesterday, and he did not receive payment.
I do have a statement that though.
Okay.
I talked to him multiple times before the carnival. We exchanged numbers, and I was really thinking about it, because I have a check for him. It's postmarked, everything. Why hasn't he called me? He has my number. I've called him, he hasn't called me.
Like I said, I'm batting 1,000 with him right
No,
now.
I get it.
And I specifically said, he said, well, he goes, truthfully, I was thinking about calling and finding and, going through, but I don't want to create waves because he doesn't want to feel ill will.
It's bad business on his part.
And I said, okay,
Because I
so.
am the person in charge of the city, and or the charter. I am the CEO of the city.
Right.
Why is he contacting Joe?
I don't know.
Because you didn't pay him his money, you stole his money.
I did steal his money.
So,
It's been a year.
So,
Anyhow.
may I make a suggestion? Send him his check so he can get it. Whether right, wrong, whoever is bad business, your bad business, it doesn't matter. Just send him his check. Get it out in the mail tomorrow. That way he can get it.
Won't he be back here in 2 weeks? And I can face him face to face.
Well,
Give him his check.
but his actual business is actually in Florida. So he,
No, I know where his business is. We talked about that.
Yeah.
But he will be here for the carnival.
But I told him, I said, I'll try to get this rectified as soon as I can. So, and I was trying to get it done last week, and obviously we didn't have a meeting.
Correct.
So, and I called him just to make sure that if it was sent and there was an error, he said, no, he did not. But again, he didn't want to create any animosity, if you would. And I'm like, and I understand. He seems like a very genuine guy, and I'm like, okay. I mean, $1,500 is $1,500, but it might not be a whole lot to him, but somebody else will want a whole lot. So again, if you would, send the check out, and it'd be helpful. So, thank you.
Through the chair, all fairness, you
You're-
said you sent the check.
Your time is over. Moving on. Was that it for you, Stan?
Yes.
All right. Marcy.
Oh, hey, I'd like to make a motion that we reinstate our civil service commission. And we start using it immediately. We are hiring permanent employees here in the city. And without them being vetted through the civil service commission, it brings the city more liability. So with that, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to put back in force our civil service commission.
Did it ever leave service?
It was suspended, from what I gathered. We haven't been using it.
No.
Civil service wasn't suspended. They suspended the fact that the police department needed to use them, even though it's in the charter.
And then I would like to make a motion that we reinstate the civil service commission. How can we be using them to vet employees of our city and only vetting, say, the DPW or
I don't know what happened when you were mayor.
and not all of the employees of the city? That is, okay, anyhow, but I'd like to make a motion that we put civil service back into effect for all employees hired full-time from the city of Melvindale. Immediately, okay.
I say.
Yep.
So moved by Marcy, supported by Jackson. Any discussion? Yes, come on.
Yeah, just to speak to it, the thought process behind it is that when M-Codes took over from Malazzi, the state of Michigan, now every police officer candidate in the state of Michigan is vetted by the Michigan State Police. So, adding the additional layer of having our people conduct background investigations and do interviews and all that did, it was sort of double tapping and delaying the hiring process. So when we were down to 11 officers, it made sense to waive it at that point, get fully staffed, which we are now, so I agree.
Yeah, and the thing is, Frederick, I understood exactly what you're doing. At that time, it was ground zero. And the thing is that, you know what, if we lose our police department, we lost our city. So, you know, drawing a lawsuit, but right now, we've got so many lawsuits going on. And we're at 18 police officers, as previously mentioned by the deputy chief. So this right here is important because it's only going to take, well, anybody walk up and say, hey, you know what? I applied and I wasn't taken. Why? And now if we don't go through processes that are governed by the city, especially in civil service, we're not going to do it. So I'm pretty sure for that.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Filipowski,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Churchup.
Yes.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we waive the 7-day customary waiting period on this motion.
Is it emergency? We're
And
not
it's still,
hiring anybody.
well, it's still an emergency. It's still an
Second. Well, Jackson already seconded it. Any discussion? No discussion? Call the vote.
It's not a virus. It's just
Jackson,
getting worse.
Marcy,
Yes.
Filipowski,
Yes.
Frederick,
None of the officers can.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't hope that good.
And I, you know, I can't say no, but I know that it looks like there's inner fighting outside, there's inner fighting with us, but the thing is that the governing body of the city is making good choices and good decisions for the city of Melvindale in their finances. We're trying to. You know, we get hung up on commissioners. We get hung up on, you know, things that matter to the city, okay? But right now, we need to get back to doing the projects in the city, to get our basics back in order, our water, our sewers, our, sewers and drainage, yeah. So, but with that, getting hung up on commissioners, I apologize, but you know what, I don't have to explain myself for commissioners. I don't have to explain my vote at all. I'm doing this stuff for the best of our community, so. I'm done.
Frederick.
I got a few things. First, for Larry, South Dearborn, heading towards the railroad track. Right as you're by the last driveway to the parking lot, there's a sign that says stop sign ahead at the railroad tracks, but there's no stop sign. Can we get a stop sign put up there?
Yeah. There's supposed to be one.
It's probably hanging in somebody's makeup. So that was the easy one. Also, at the behest of Rob Valancourt, the Historical Commission Chair, I'd like to table a nomination of Victoria Vandegeest to fill the vacant term with the expiration date of 11/19/2025. Historical.
Wait, what's the date?
19/2025.
Can you spell her last name?
Vandegeest.
S like Zane.
Yes. ST. All right, so it was moved by Frederick, supported by Marcy. This is for the table and call the vote.
Jackson,
Yes.
Marcy,
Yes.
Filipowski,
Yes.
Frederick,
Yes.
Churchup.
Yes.
And lastly, Mary DePalma could not be here tonight. She's the one that runs the safety town every year. And she's asking that we approve her to do it again this year. Dates July 14th through July 25th.
So moved.
Moved by Marcy.
Yep.
And who was the second? Filipowski. All right, any discussion?
What was the dates again? July 14th through July 25th.
No discussion?
Hello? Jensen?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Filipowski?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Yes.
Being done.
All right, contract. I had some things, but they got all ironed out earlier. I only have one thing. I pulled some invoices for review, quite a few, actually. There's a lot in there that were pulled that are not paid yet. They are marked not paid yet. I don't know if we need a motion, but I'd like you guys to do them, so we can discuss them at the next meeting as to what we're going to or possibly not pay. Because there's a lot, and we can't do them all tonight, yes. The top three right under the cover sheet are new that were added today. Everything else was done prior. So those three that are right under the cover sheet aren't included. You might have mixed them up if you looked through them earlier. There were 3 loose invoices. Those were added tonight, or actually this afternoon, before the end of the day. The rest of that stuff was done yesterday, so it's not included in stable the way it should have been, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. You guys are all smart boys. So for next meeting, I don't know if we need to table that, or just put it on the agenda. We'll just have it on the agenda to take care of them, so you guys have plenty of time to look at them, because there's way too. Is that it? That's it? That's all I have today. I'm sorry, other than everybody have a happy memorial day, I have to go to a, Alright. So I have this invoice for, the guidance center. I was told that it was done last year, or 2 years. It's done every 2 years. It's a payment for $2,500, and from my understanding, they help a lot of people out in our community, and that's why we've done it the last 2 years. We pay $2,500, and the individuals that are using the guidance center, the total is $376,455, and all we had to pay was $2,500 for them to be able to use the service. So I'm asking for a motion to approve the voluntary assessment for the guidance center.
So moved.
Support. Moved by Marcy, supported by Cartret. Any discussion?
Yeah, it's a great program, I love it. I won't say about it, it's helped a lot of people. Not only helps our community, it helps other communities, and it keeps that loop going, so.
So what exactly do they do?
You know, I had we had a flyer, I got it somewhere at home. I don't know, did she give you a packet?
No, I got this invoice in the mail,
They
but
should,
there was no packet.
they
It was
should
just
have, they should have given, especially the mayor, they should have given you a packet of flyers that say the specific guidance, or the stuff that they do as far as the specific stuff that they do, and then also your contact number, so that if you have somebody that are under these guidelines, that you can get a hold of them directly. So especially if they're from the community, you got somebody coming out, they need assistance, you know, a wide variety of assistance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. They do a lot of, help with, like mentally challenged people, drug and alcohol rehab, a lot of things like that. So it's a very good program. Okay, cool. All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, call the vote.
Jackson?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
Filipowski?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Cartret?
Yes. All right, I also had the opportunity to go over, to the soft opening of Dreamland. The inside, I actually was over there about a month ago, and to see it now compared to what it was even a month ago is amazing, because it was literally just cement. They put like all the walls in, and then seeing it the other day when I went, the variety of food, so it's not just catered to our Arabic community. They have a wide variety of everything, from Hispanic food to American food. Pretty much if you
need something and you don't see it there, let the cashier know and they will order it for you. So I'm hoping that everybody will go out and frequent Dreamland, because I would like to see them to be here. They did, they have produce, yes. So, super excited about Safety Town. I talked to Mary DePalma last week, and we were gonna work on some grants together to help get some more equipment for Safety Town. So hopefully she can continue this for years to come. I know that, last year she had I guess a wish list on Amazon, and a lot of our residents, went on there and purchased items that she was looking for. So, there's just a few things that she needs that she would be able to use year after year. So, if you have anybody, I don't know what she said the age limit was. So, if you have anyone, shouldn't put ages on here.
I think it goes 5, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it does. I think she had a 6-year-old last year and she had a 2-year-old. But if you have somebody that's in school and is not in first grade yet, I think that she probably would accept them just to keep the program going. It's a great program. They learn about safety, police safety, fire safety. It's a good time for them. So I will put the flyer up on the bulletin board for anybody that is interested. I think that is all I have. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Really reflect on what Memorial Day is truly about. I know a lot of us will have the day off. I won't. I will, but I'll have city duties to do, and I will be passing out big awards for the Muhammad Saeed soccer tournament. So, but it's not just a day off from work. It's our veterans that have lost their life or service people who have lost their life in the line of duty, and it's to pay respects to them. So, everybody have a safe and happy Memorial Day. With that, payment of approved bills.
I move to receive and place on file and authorize the payment of the approved invoices totaling $2,166,194.
Here we go.
Electronic transfers totaling $343,802.51.
You repeat that, the last part, the 343.
802.51. 51.
On the red, she made a correction.
Yeah, she said that.
No, the folder itself, she hand wrote corrections on there.
Oh.
You remember?
There you go.
Can you get that amount?
Yeah.
How come she gets that folder? You know how many times I requested
So
that?
this is the updated amount? Okay, so you gotta read it again.
I'm sorry.
So,
How many times I requested that?
I forgot it.
just the red circle or no?
Yeah, she crossed the one off.
Yeah,
Oh, it's in the box?
It's a little
I requested them.
Okay. All right.
They won't give me help. They don't want me to have
Okay. I need your amendment. My motion. Move to receive and place on file and to authorize the payment of the approved invoices totaling $2,165,412.54. And again, the electronic transfer totaling $343,802.51.
Any discussion? Seeing none, call vote.
Jackson.
Yes.
Marcy.
Yes.
Kolakowski.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Fairchild.
Yes. Finally, motion to adjourn. So moved. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?